How you guys doing today? Wojak here, formerly known as Christian Prepper. How's everybody doing today? So I wanted to go over a few things with you about what's been going on in the world, and also I've also learned something recently on YouTube about the five safest states to live in nuclear war, and the top seven states we're probably going to get nuked and they'll be wiped out, totally decimated. And then the other states, well, those states surround the other states, and there'll be a nuclear waste ground. There won't be nothing left to them anyway. You know what I mean? So let's dive in. First of all, I want to get caught up on some news. So Trump visited Macron in Paris yesterday for the reopening of Notre Dame Cathedral. Kind of funny, he wound up being sitting right next to Joe Biden. Imagine that, huh? What luck that guy's got. I wouldn't want to sat next to her. But a lot of people think that she voted for Trump because she was wearing red on the day of the polls when all the votes were casted. She was shown at the local poll wearing complete red from head to toe. So you never know who she could have voted for. And along with Joe Biden and the whole Biden family, you know. But that's that. Canada. The president of Canada flew to Mar-a-Lago, Trump's golf course in West Palm Beach, and wanted to talk to Trump about all these tariffs that Trump's going to be putting on Canada, Mexico, China, India. Everybody's going to be getting tariffs. And I guess, come to find out, Canada's costing us, the United States of America, the U.S., $100 billion a year. Because they're allowing all these drugs to come over the border, all these illegal immigrants coming over the border. Everything that's all coming over the border is affecting us, and it's costing us $100 billion a year. Trump says enough is enough, no more. It ain't happening. And he says, the president from Canada says, oh, well, if you do that, you're going to throw us into a depression in our country. And then Trump says and replies, well, then you need to become the 51st and 52nd state of America. So they're talking about Canada becoming part of the United States. That would be kind of cool. I am French myself. My family, my mother, my father, my grandparents, my great-grandparents, my great-great-great-grandparents, they're all from Canada. So I would even be in America right now if it wasn't for my ancestors going over the border. I think it's a great idea. And another thing I learned too recently is Canada's full of oil. And if they were to do that, Trump offered Canada to become part of the country, I guess $10 trillion, something like that, because he would be taking over the oil, so that money would get paid off in a little bit, a couple of years anyway, maybe 5 to 10 years, I don't know, just guessing. All right, so that's that. We'll see what happens with that, and I'll let you know more as I learn more. I've also been keeping my eyes on India. I don't know what's going on with them. Trump added them in with the tariffs with China, but I don't know if poking India is a good idea. But Trump is a lot smarter than I am, and he wouldn't be doing a second-term president if he didn't know what he was doing. I certainly voted for him, that's for sure. I love the guy, but my point is, India has the fourth largest military in the world. If you go military-wise, we're number one. China's number two. Russia's number three. And then there's India. But if you go nuclear, then Russia's number one. We're number two. China's number three. And I'm not really sure if India's a nuclear country. I want to say yes, but I'm pretty sure North Korea is the fourth nuclear country. I'm pretty sure of that. So, once again, I'll keep you posted on that. FEMA has issued... they're called pamphlets for nuclear fallout, pamphlets for what you need, how much food to stockpile, water, and all that stuff. I don't know about you. I don't need to read a pamphlet to know that I need water in my house, extra water, like months worth, which I do. Food, same thing. They say that you're supposed to have a week or two. A week or two? What the hell is that? A week or two is nothing. You need 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, maybe a year. You know, more if you can. If you have a doomsday bunker, 5-10 years worth of water and food. And don't forget, exercise your Second Amendment if you can. If you're in a proper state that allows it, that's for sure. I'm very happy. I'm out of New Hampshire, and we are number one in the country, in the United States, for easiest to get guns and exercising our Second Amendment. I recently learned that a little while ago, a couple weeks ago. We're number one. And here's another fact along with that, is we are also number one in the country for the lowest crime rate. So go figure. New Hampshire is the easiest the easiest state to get guns in, and it's also the lowest crime rate in the whole country. Isn't that weird, huh? So, there's a couple things to think about there. South Korea has they've ordered martial law. How far that's going to go, I'm not really sure. You know, I guess the people are fed up with the president or something. They're trying to overthrow him and stuff. So South Korea is a little dangly right now. We'll see how that all plays out. NATO is also issuing these pamphlets that FEMA is about. You know, what you need for water, food, supplies, and all that stuff. They're telling their people in Germany, France, Poland, you name it, all the NATO countries to stock up on food and water. But they're telling them only to get a week or two once again. I don't understand that. A week or two is nothing. 5 to 14 days is nothing. That is nothing. You could, even if you rationalize your food and turn it a week's worth into 2 weeks or 2 weeks into 4 weeks, still not enough. It still ain't. All right, so let's get back to the point of the video. The number one safest state in all of America in a nuclear fallout, Vermont, number one. And don't forget, these listings that I'm about to give you is all about agriculture. It's all about being able to hunt animals, fresh water, all right? Vermont comes in at number one in the whole country out of all 50 states. Number two, Maine. Maine is the second greatest state in America to live in a nuclear fallout. Once again, it's all about agriculture, being able to hunt, because these two states, along with New Hampshire, are full of deer and moose. Some parts of them, we have bear, you know, grizzly and stuff. Even New York State, because that touches Vermont, you know what I mean? So the first one was Vermont. The second one was Maine. The third one is Louisiana. Once again, it's all about the agriculture, hunting, you know, can you protect yourself? Coming in at number 4 is New Hampshire. Thank God for me, I'm in New Hampshire. So let's say if we go to the nuclear war, people are around the country are going to be racing to these states to try to get there. But if you had an EMP, it's going to be hard unless you have a vehicle that's pre-injection, fuel injection. That might not happen, because if we get an EMP, or like I explained in my last video, not my last video, but many videos ago, what is an EMP? You might want to look at that video. Nobody's going to drive anywhere unless you have older cars. 1980s, 1970s, 1960s. When we came out with fuel injection is when the clock started ticking for EMPs, because there's all mechanisms and sensors in those fuel injectors, and they can fry right out during an EMP. But go back and look at that video. It's a whole different story. So we got number 1 is Vermont. Number 2 is Maine. Number 3 is Louisiana. Number 4 is New Hampshire. And number 5 is Wyoming. These are the 5 safest states in America to live in case of a nuclear fallout. Now, let's do the bad states, the states that are going to take hits. And don't forget, these states that are going to take hits, there's a reason, like the surrounding states of that state will also get pummeled, right? So number 1 is Hawaii. If we go into a nuclear war, Hawaii, just like Pearl Harbor, will get decimated. They'll take that right off the map. Whoever our adversaries are, Hawaii's gone. Number 2 would be New York, Manhattan. They're gonna have a bomb go right there in Manhattan. It's gonna wipe out all of New York. I should touch up on the New York State a little bit, but that would be like the outer rim of the blast. So you still have nuclear winter up there. Number 3, California, San Francisco, Los Angeles, gone. Number 4, Arizona. There's reasons why for every state, you know. New York is because of money. Hawaii just because it's there. California is because of money. Arizona, I'm not really sure why, but it's probably because of oil. All right. Then you got Pennsylvania. Texas is at number 5. That's because of oil. That's for sure. Pennsylvania, steel. Remember, I talked in one of my other videos about the Pittsburgh Steelers. There's a reason why they call the football team the Pittsburgh Steelers, because U.S. Steel is in Pennsylvania. All right. And number 7, Florida. Why? Because once again, like Hawaii, it's there. You know, they're going to probably nuke it just to decimate it. So that way it shrinks our country down in size. There's no more lingerings, you know. And then the list just keep going from there. I'm not saying those are the only states that will get nuked. I'm saying those are the tops. All right. So the top worst states to be in, Hawaii at number 1. Number 2 is New York. Number 3 is Cali. Number 4 is Arizona. Then you got 5 at Texas, 6 Pennsylvania, 7 Florida. And I also realized that I have Nevada in here. Nevada, I'm not really sure why, but I want to probably once again because of oil. You know, you got to think about that. If they want to invade us, they're going to take out our money, our oil, and our steel. That way, we can't produce anything. We're dead in the water. We can't do nothing. You know, and then don't forget the 5 safest states that you want to live in a nuclear fallout. Number 1 is Vermont. Number 2 is Maine. Number 3 is Louisiana. Number 4 is New Hampshire. Number 5 is Wyoming. Those are the 5 safest states in America in case of a nuclear fallout, where you'll have plenty of food, the ground will be good for growing and gardening, and water should still be okay. Make sure you get a water testing kit, though. I guess like 4 or 5 of them, because no matter where you go, you want to check the water. You just don't want to go drinking water because it could be contaminated. It really could be. You know, water runs down from every state. It doesn't matter just because water's running down from Maine into Vermont and then from Vermont into New Hampshire. It doesn't mean that it's not contaminated. You got to watch out what you do. You got to check water no matter where you are after a nuclear fallout. So remember that, people, please. I didn't want to make a big thing about this video. Sorry, I was thirsty. I didn't want it to be really long. I just wanted to do some quick news and let you guys see what I've learned about nuclear fallout. And like I said, I'm in New Hampshire, so that's a good thing. But if I had to walk because we had an EMP and the rest of the country's getting nuclear war, and I had to walk to Vermont, it would probably take me on foot probably 2 weeks to get there, me and my wife. And that's even if we were to even leave our apartment. I don't know. You can't decide what you're going to do until it really happens. That's really what it comes down to. In SHTF, everything changes. You can have a sane mind all you want before SHTF, but when shit hits the fan, you'd be surprised how much your thinking starts changing. First of all, you're not thinking correctly. You're not thinking right. You're nervous. You're scared. You know, so just try to keep a good head on your shoulders, people, and please prepare and exercise your Second Amendment if you can, please. I have, it all started for me about 1.5 years ago, when I saw Trump getting picked on, getting all these indictments on TV. I was like, what's going on? Why? This guy was a president. Why are they trying to lock him up? You know, come to find out that they were politicizing the judicial system and they were trying to lock him up to get him out of the way so they can stay in power. Well, thank God Trump kept going and didn't back down. Then he had a couple of assassination attempts. I mean, it got crazy for that guy, but he won, and that's the important thing. The country's really messed up right now. I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. I would never choose a side. I'm an independent. I'm for what's right and wrong. I'm for common sense. And that's why I chose Trump's party and to follow him and to stick by him, because they are the party of common sense. So everything's common sense. Why would you allow men in women's locker rooms? Why would you allow men in women's sports? Why would you want to put tampons in boys' bathrooms from the age of 4th grade to college? I mean, what the hell kind of thinking is that? That is so stupid. I never heard of such a thing. And there's so many more. Open borders. I mean, really? Like I said earlier in my video, my family comes from Canada. Did we come here illegally? No. My ancestors came here the right way. They got vetted. They went through the process, and here I am today, born and raised an American. I don't even know how to speak French. You know, I know more Spanish words than I know French words. Kind of messed up, isn't it? Anyway, I'm going to let you guys go. Don't forget, it's always better to have and not need than need and not have. It's always better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. You know, these are some things to think about. You know what I mean? God bless you all. Please, if you like the video, subscribe, hit the like button. People on YouTube, I'm not really having good luck on YouTube. I got well over 300 subscribers. I think like 310 now on TikTok. And I got 10 subscribers on YouTube. I can't go live on YouTube until I have 50 subscribers. So please, people on TikTok, please jump over to YouTube. Find me at Wojak and click on. You'll see my insignia picture. It's got two swords that are crossed like this, like an X, Roman numeral X. And then you'll see a knife at the bottom, a knife at the top, and two pistols coming in. So please, please, hit the like button, subscribe, and I need more subscribers on YouTube. So it's been great talking to all you guys. God bless you all. I love each and every one of you. I hope this video helps you out a little bit. And let me know if some of you are inside of the 5 safest states that I talked about, or in the 7 or 8 worst states that I talked about. Throw some stuff in the comments. I'd love to read them. Have a good day, guys. Bye.